I'm going to offer up a piece of advice for the Arizona Diamondbacks that goes against the essence of baseball. Forget about the numbers, and yes, forget about the standings. Hi, and welcome to another edition of Venom Vision. For ArizonaSports.com, I'm Dave Dolberg. Heading into play on Monday, the Diamondbacks find themselves 7.5 games out of first place in the National League West and 5.5 out of the second wild card in the National League. While it'll be nice if the Dodgers or Reds cooled off, the D-backs can't plan on it. They have to focus on themselves. I said back in July that the D-backs needed 3 things to happen if they wanted to maintain their lead in the National League West. They needed good pitching, they needed to win at home, and they needed to stay healthy. While the pitching's been improved of late, at least in the starting rotation, they haven't stayed healthy. Miguel Montero went on the disabled list on August 1st, and this weekend, of course, Eric Chavez with his knee and Cody Ross with his hip also on the disabled list, and they haven't won at home. In 10 home games at Chase Field against the likes of the Padres, the Mets, and the Cubs, they went just 4-6. There's plenty of reasons why they've dropped 10 games since the All-Star break. Those are just a few of them. So at this point, it's just win, baby. They have to focus on themselves. With the Baltimore Orioles coming into town for 3 games, and then a tough 10-game road trip, it's time for the Diamondbacks to focus on themselves. This was a team of grinders in the first half of the season, a team that, regardless of the circumstances, bad pitching, bad rotation, poor offense, found ways to get a W. Now, as they find themselves deep in the thick of the pennant race, but still far out of it, they have to focus on themselves. Scoreboard watching is a big thing this time of year, but if the D-backs want to get back into it, they need to just focus on their own scoreboard, because the one reading the out-of-town scores, well, that won't matter in a few weeks if they don't. Well, let's shift gears and head on over to the Around the Diamond segment, where this week we talk about Matt Davidson, who made his debut on Sunday, and he needs a permanent place in the D-backs order. In 2007, the D-backs won the NL West crown with a 19-year-old playing right field. And though Justin Upton struggled at times during his 43 games in the regular season, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, he gave the offense something it had been missing, a spark. In 2011, the same thing happened when a 23-year-old first baseman named Paul Goldschmidt hit 8 home runs and 26 RBIs in 48 games as the D-backs made it to the NLDS against the Milwaukee Brewers. And that leads me to Sunday, with 22-year-old Matt Davidson being called up and making his major league debut for the D-backs. With injuries to Chavez and Ross, as aforementioned in the previous segment, it's time for Matt Davidson to play every day, to have him at third and Martin Prado in left field. And I know what you're saying, Dave, they have a proven hitter in Jason Kubel who can play left field. And that's all well and good, but with the pedigree of Davidson, who hit 16 home runs and 60 RBIs before his call-up, won the Futures Game MVP, and won the Home Run Derby for AAA, you can't leave him sitting idle on the bench. Yes, they know what they have in Kubel, but what they've had this year hasn't been very good. Maybe they can catch lightning in a bottle for the 3rd time, joining Upton and Goldschmidt. Maybe they can't, but they won't know unless they find out. Well, that does it for this week's edition of Venom Vision. If you'd like to submit a tweet for next week's Around the Diamond segment, shoot me one at the Double D at our station's Twitter account at AZSports620. Until next week, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for watching. For ArizonaSports.com, I'm Dave Dolberg.